All right, this is, well, it's Exeter MS, but it's CrimsonTide. Playing against LavaFox. CrimsonTide up in the top left of Babylon, and LavaFox is the Protoss in the bottom right. Babylon is another map with a large amount of just open, empty space in the middle. Yeah, quite a big open in the middle. It's not as... I think Jagannath is the bigger map though. I think Jagannath, I don't know, maybe I'm just imagining it. It's kind of hard to tell. Gas double pylon, despicable, literally despicable. Straight up play from CrimsonTide, so we've got what you'd expect really. Wall off the top of the ramp, I mean, I don't mind it, it's fine. You generally, I wouldn't say you necessarily need it against the Protoss, but it might be useful if they try something like an adept shade-in or something along those lines. So this worker is going to head across the map, probably going to have a little look around, see what there is to see. There is a forge building on the other side of the map, and I don't know, you guys like to go for these really early forges, but we haven't actually seen a cannon rush yet. And you know, I've said it before, I'll say it again, unless you're cannon rushing, you just don't need a forge. The money that you would spend on upgrades this early is just much better spent on units. You know what I mean? If you think like a +1 upgrade is going to cost you 100, so 200 resources. If you've got literally 0 zealots, no units, you haven't upgraded anything, and you know, what are we building here? We're building 1 zealot. So this upgrade's going to finish and you'll have 1 zealot with a single upgrade. But if you'd have spent that money on more units, you would have 3 zealots. Upgrades are good, but they don't triple how good your zealots are. They just don't. So, you know, in the early game, don't worry about upgrades. Upgrades are for mid to late game. Once you've got a lot of units, then it makes much more, you know, you've only got to think about it. +1 just means that, +1 attack just means that each attack does 1 more damage. Simple as that. If you've only got the 1 zealot, that isn't as much extra damage as having another zealot. However, if you've got 100 zealots, a +1 upgrade is 100 more damage, isn't it? So, you know, just think about it. It's kind of, it's not worth doing upgrades until much later in the game. As in forge upgrades. Upgrades like blink, upgrades like charge, yes, by all means, get those straight away. Upgrades like stem, combat shield, by all means, get those straight away. So Crimson's gonna come in and start putting some hurt on. There are zealots here, but they are slow zealots. So Crimson gonna run away from the slow zealots, which is sensible. Oh, stutter stepping, is it? Oh, fancy. So fancy moves being cracked out here. You know, arguably, you shouldn't really lose ranged units to zealots, because without the charge upgrade, zealots are not fast, so they just shouldn't really be able to get too many shots off. Now that the stalkers are out, the stalkers will outrange these marines, but the marauders will trade really well against them. So ominous signs here for LavaFox. 3 more stalkers coming in though. Now in the back here, we do have a Robo and an Immortal. Would put so much hurt on this, it would add so much damage output to this little band of units. Is Lava, what is happening here? That is, like, that's a little bit bold, isn't it? I'm just gonna slap a Nexus down right in your face. Like, I see your army, I'm just gonna build my Nexus in front of it. So yeah, you know, actually a sentry wouldn't have gone astray here. You could have force fielded the ramp, or you could have used it even for a Guardian Shield, which makes a big difference against Marines, because the Guardian Shield essentially is temporary extra armor for everything in the vicinity. I can't remember how much armor it adds. It might be +2 or something like that. And that makes a big difference against Marines. Oh, it was a Warp Prism. A Warp Prism wasn't really what you needed here. It probably was an Immortal. So this game's very much over. I don't know whether or not LavaFox realizes it yet. They do, and that is going to be GG, and Crimson is going to go up 1